Get a palette because it smells good, because you're sure as hell ain't gonna be eating it. Guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a tag video. I haven't done a tag video in like forever, so why not do one today? So today's tag video is going to be the perfect palette tag. I've actually wanted to do this tag for a long time, and before I even continue this video, if you're hearing any noise, it's my fan. I cannot, and I repeat, cannot film if I don't have this fan on because it's so hot out here right now. So excuse that if it's too loud. I don't know how it will sound when I'm editing, but hopefully it's not sounding too loud. So let's just jump right into the video. To go with the Urban Decay packaging because why not? It's so pretty. I love how it's like it has a little bit of weight to it. A lot of people don't like palettes that have a little bit of weight to it, but I do because it feels more expensive and it also feels more heavy duty, if you want to call it that. Come on, it's gold, it's white, and it opens up. It goes all the way back, so that's a plus. The mirror is nice, and I like this design into the front. And also this little touch here that they added, this is actually metal. I thought it was like plastic or something, but it's actually a piece of metal, and that is very nice. And I love this packaging, even though this is a fairly new palette in my collection. This is the best packaging for all my palettes that I have. For that, I'll definitely have to go with my Viseart palettes. I own two of them. This one is 04 Dark Mattes and this one is 01 Neutral Mattes. I know it is a bit expensive, but in my opinion, you get what you pay for. Like, just take a look at the inside. I've been digging into these like a lot, especially the Dark Mattes. I love the colors in this palette. Who wouldn't want this? I know not everyone can afford it, because this is probably one of the most expensive palettes out there, but I really love it. It blends fucking unbelievable. The pigmentation is definitely on point. Like, I would just like swatch and I'm barely touching inside of the palette. So it's like really definitely for best color payoff goes to the Viseart palette. Definitely have to be my Z palettes. I do own two of them. This is the extra large Z palette, and this is what the small Z palette, and they all house all of my Makeup Geek shadows. I mean, definitely most versatile because you can add any freaking shadow you want in here, and from your neutrals to your colors. So I find it to be very versatile. So I love my Z palettes, even though I don't go into them as much as you guys may think on YouTube. I actually do go into them a lot, and I love my Z palettes, so they're definitely my most versatile palettes. I've never traveled before since I've become all crazy over makeup and all that, but I will be traveling soon. For me, I'm most likely will be taking my Z palettes as well. For traveling, definitely I will go for these, because even if you have like MAC shadows or even any other shadows that you depotted, you can easily just snap them in the Z palette because it is magnetic, and you can snap in your eyeshadows, you can snap in your blushes, highlighters, whatever the case may be. So these are definitely most travel friendly in my opinion. My biggest regret goes to this one right here. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, what is she saying? But it is. This palette, I've never went through so much hell to get a palette like I did with this one. When it first launched, I was like crazy to get it. I got up early before the launch date. I had to call my dad in New York so that he could go online, and he had to purchase. It was a mess, let me tell you. The hell I went through for this piece of shit. So here's what the shadows look like. I'm sure a lot of you already know, and the reason why it's my biggest regret is because I don't like the shadows in general. They just don't blend well or blend at all, in my opinion. And they are pigmented, yes, but that does not make them the best shadows or one of the best shadows. Usually shadows that are extremely pigmented, and let's say the Viseart palette, for example, those shadows are extremely pigmented, but they blend so beautiful. But these shadows, even though they are very pigmented, it's very hard to blend out. I don't know if I'm the only one that's getting that problem, or I'm just not doing something right, but let me know in the comment section, because I just don't like this for that reason, and I hardly grab it. I probably use this like 2 times, and I'm only using the last 2 rows, because the last 2 rows are all shimmer shadows, and I usually put shimmer shadows on the lid. Like, I don't think anyone will put on the crease, but for that I will use it. But as for the matte ones to blend in your crease and stuff like that, I will not use, because they will make your arm literally fall off from trying to blend them out. So I will use the bottom row occasionally, but definitely it's a big regret for me, and it wasn't worth the hassle, in my opinion. I don't like this color. Best color name will definitely have to go to the Tartelette in Bloom palette. One of my favorite palettes for this year. I love this palette so much. I've used it quite a lot as well. As you guys can see, I've digged into it pretty often. I love all the shades in here. Not only do I love the shadows in here, but the names in here, like Jet Setter, Smarty Pants, Firecracker, Flower Child, Funny Girl, Sweetheart, Rebel Leader. I love the names in the palette as well, so I would have to give that to this palette right here. And also, it's a pretty good palette. And we have to go to the Urban Decay 3 palette, the Naked 3 palette. I've used this palette maybe 1 or 2 times, I would say. I mean, the shadows are definitely beautiful shadows. I love the colors in here. However, all the colors are pretty close in tone, which is obvious when you first bought it, is a rose gold palette. But they just don't go with everyday looks. And not everything or every outfit it will go with. So hence why I don't grab it as often. But it's my least used palette, and I think I should start using it a little bit more. It is decently good. It blends pretty well. The pigmentation is there. There's nothing wrong with the shadows. It's just the colors of the shadows. That's why it's my least used palette in my collection. If you've been following me from day 1, then you already know the answer to this question. The original chocolate bar palette from Too Faced, let me tell you, definitely isn't because of the scent of it, because I don't run out to get a palette because it smells good, because you're sure as hell ain't gonna be eating it, so it's going on your eyes. So it doesn't matter to me how it smells. But I have digged into this palette so much. I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on any of the shadows, but this one right here, there is a dip in it. But I love every single shadow in this freaking palette. They're just nice and pigmented. They blend so nicely, and I like the color selections that Too Faced put in here. I love this palette. I do own the semi-sweet, which I don't use as much. This one definitely always come back to this. If I need a primer setter, it's in here. If I need a nice transition color, it's in here. If I just want a pop of color, it's in here. It's like, it's in here. You get it? I really love this palette a lot, and I've done quite a few tutorials on it as well, with it as well. So yeah, definitely my most loved and most used eyeshadow palette. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this, leave a comment below and let me know. If there's any suggestions you guys want to give me of videos to film, let me know. If you're not following me on Snapchat or Instagram, I will link that below down in my description box. Also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Leave your comments and feedback down below, and as always, hit the subscribe button on your way out. And until my next video, I will catch you guys later. Bye guys.